Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to do a bit of a mini guide for the LR Gammas, LR Gamma 1 and 2. They're going over their links, their best link partners, and their best teams, including their 200% leaders. I did these for the part 1 units, and people seem to appreciate them, giving you guys some ideas who you can run them with, what kind of teams, as well as getting some feedback from people on how they are planning to run the units. I saw a lot of people interacting in the comments and stuff like that. So we are going to have the guide for Gamma 1 and 2 here. I've done one for Beast. I don't know which one I'm going to drop first, but make sure you check them both out. Give them a like if you find them useful, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are very close. Well, I say very close, but we're on our road to 30k subs. The channel's been growing really well during the anniversary, so I appreciate all of you guys that have been coming out to the streams, checking out all the videos and all that good stuff. So Carnival LR Gamma 1 and 2. Their links are Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So when we take a look at what their links are doing for them, they have a few key links: Signature Pose, Shocking Speed, and Android Assault. Now, the interesting thing about that set of links is if you're running them with a bunch of androids, then Android Assault is fairly common. If you're running them on, let's say, a superhero team with units like Beast Gohan, Physical LR Ultimate Gohan, Shocking Speed is a link that you're going to come across. And then, of course, when it comes to teams like Special Pose and characters like Gotenks and stuff like that, Signature Pose is a link that you're going to come across quite a lot as well. We talked about the Signature Pose, or sorry, the Special Pose team, and how weird it was on Global, at least, when LR Ginyu came out. And of course, these are characters that can interact very well together. So these guys also are supporting Special Pose. So interestingly enough, they have these 3 different key links. They don't have a lot of units that they're going to share multiple of these with, but the fact that they are able to get a key link in here and there with a whole bunch of different units is really, really good. Red Ribbon Army is giving them attack and defense. Hero of Justice is a nice big attack buff as well as crit chance. Fierce Battle, of course, and Legendary Power are also providing extra attack power as well. So they're on a ton of teams. Let's go ahead and take a look at their best link partners. So funnily enough, I brought this one up because I wasn't sure. When it comes to 7 links, they of course are the other versions of themselves, right? So this unit standbys into Gamma 1 and 2 over on the right here for when Gamma 2 charging up the core breaker, and then once you get that attack off, the unit exchanges into just Gamma 1 by himself, but their links don't change, which is why it says they share 7 links, because they just have the same link set. So if you do have 2 of them, obviously the name of the unit can change, so when you have one of them go into their standby, that's why they show up here. They wouldn't show up on the list if they had the same name. So when they go into their standby, if you had weird starting rotations, because you can actually get the standby condition for one of the Gammas on turn 1. So let's say, for example, you have one of them on turn 1 and the other one's in slot 7. If you don't float off the one in turn 1, and you get the right orbs for them, they get all of their attacks they need. On the second turn, you could put them into their standby and then put the other one in slot 2. And then they're going to have all of their links active, which is definitely very, very good, right? Very strong rotation. Ideally, you want to keep them separated and either be using them as defensive units on both rotations or as the floating support, but they can link with each other, and of course they have the same link set. Now, the one that I had up here, which is interesting, is because this is an exchange unit, their actual name in terms of same name units and stuff like that, their unit name in game is Gamma 1 and 2 / Gamma 1, because they're an exchange character. So that means the TUR, if you ended up pulling a bunch of extra copies, the TUR is just called Gamma 1 and 2, because the TUR doesn't have an exchange. So I don't know if the TUR really is a strong enough unit that you'd want to be running them on the team over some of these other characters, but if you end up in a situation where you pull so many copies you have a TUR spare, maybe in the future, they are 6 link partners, which is interesting. And then of course we have Gamma 1 and 2, the solo units themselves, because remember, these guys on release, they have the same link set except for 1 link. And so basically what they did when it came to the Gamma's link set is they took the individual link sets from the Gamma 1 and 2. So Gamma 2 had the Innocence, and then Gamma 1, where's Gamma 1? Here. Gamma 2 had the Innocence, and Gamma 1 had Cold Judgment. They basically took that link and made that legendary power for the LR. So they have all of the rest of the links the same. So these guys obviously work very well. At some point during the anniversary, I think it's from the updated rewards list from the water bottle event, but at some point during the anniversary, Gamma 1 and 2 do get unique skill orbs, the AGL and the STR1, so they become very relevant again. I mean, Gamma 1 is still pretty useful even now, to be honest. So Gamma 1 together with these guys can be really good. Obviously, Gamma 2 is a crazy damage dealing machine, so with the support that these guys give and all of the links, the solo Gammas are obviously very, very good link partners for them. And then, of course, we have the free-to-play SR ones that don't have awakenings and the SSR versions of the summonable ones. You're probably not running any of these guys realistically, though. So, you know, they're there because they're just different versions of the same characters, but they're not super great. Then we drop down to 4 links, and this is where we start to see kind of the spread a little bit. They're going to have a lot of characters that they share like 3 links with, but you can see when it comes to 4, we have the LR Team Universe 7. They got their Easy A on JP recently. Maybe there'll be the bonus at the end of the anniversary for Global, who knows? But they don't share a lot of teams. In fact, let's see, they only share joined forces, so chances of you running them together is not really very high. But Android Assault, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, decent amount of key, decent amount of stats, including the Android Assault one for defense. So that's pretty good. And then the LR Android, so if you do end up running them on an Android's kind of team with the Gammas, these guys, they're going to have that Android Assault, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. The androids support all androids allies, so that's going to be pretty good. And then you have some of these characters I was talking about, special pose characters. So Topo, who of course isn't out on Global yet. The banner unit Dispo from UI Goku. Kato Pesla is Topo's banner unit. So these guys aren't out yet for Global, but you can see here, kind of like with the release of LR Ginyu, these are sort of the building blocks of having a solid special pose team. Okay, so that's the 4 link partners, and we move on to 3 now. So under 3 link partners, again, we've got some characters here because this site we're showing the JP version because the units aren't out on Global, which means they're not in the data version yet. Therefore, we can't actually show like the global site for this, right? So units like Cell Max are in there. Something interesting for the future, because whilst they're not on super bosses, they'll be on an androids team, which could certainly be interesting. We have units like the Ginyu Force, who, as I already mentioned, when it comes to building like a special pose team in the future, when Topo is out on Global, could certainly be very interesting. And then we have Beast Gohan and Broly. So the 2 big Dokkan Fest exclusive LRs of the celebration, they do share 3 links with them. Of course, they're going to be on the superheroes team with Gohan. When it comes to Broly, do they actually share any teams with him? I guess they might be on full power, right? Yeah, they're on full power. Okay, so they do share Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. But this is something that we see with Beast Gohan as well, and a lot of these LRs. A lot of LRs are going to share 3 links with other LRs because they're going to have Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, and then just one of any of their other links, right? So a lot of LRs are going to fall under this 3 link partner heading. So we also have like Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, they're on the Full Power team together. The physical Ultimate Gohan, obviously another unit that can be very good on the superhero team, especially with Beast Gohan running around. Then we have the 7-year LR Super Saiyan 4s, potentially going to get their Easy A in like 6 months time. We have the UI Goku's getting his Easy A very soon, the Goku and Vegeta and the Buhan, very good for like artificial life forms setups. They're not supporting them, but obviously could be interesting. Again, it's another Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power kind of situation. Goku and Vegeta fusing into Vegito, the Broly trio. There's a few like joined forces ones that could certainly be interesting, but that's not really the ideal team build for them. 16 is under 3 links if you are running an Android setup and you end up exchanging him. Both versions of Android 21, AGL, and the Evil Physical one share 3 links as well. So obviously her version of the Android team can be very good. The Tournament of Power androids, although because of the specific support they give, they're not really a great combo. The Hellfighter 17 and GT 17 that fuse into Super 17. So some interesting Android combinations here. This is kind of what I was saying at the beginning, right, where they just spread these links out, like especially when it comes to these 3 partners. They've got these random special pose characters that they'll link with. They've got Android characters that they'll link with. all these different like superhero characters as well. So they have a pretty versatile link set when it comes to at least sharing a few links with other characters. And then because they provide a lot of support and get a lot of stats from the orbs, get extra supers if you're getting the INT or potential extra supers if you're getting AJ or STR orbs, they can end up still looking very, very good, even on rotations where they don't have a ton of links active all at the same time. So decent link set, decent selection of characters. And then when we take a look at their 200% leads, now bear in mind there are 11 on here, but one of them is Tech UI Goku, who of course is not out on global yet. So basically we can cut this down to 10, although just like Beast Gohan, it's 10 other teams, but 11 if we include theirs. So a lot of 200% leader skills you can run them on. They're on Beast's leader skill, so even though they are a 200% leader skill for superheroes, you're probably best off running double Beast if you can, if you pull your own one, of course, just because Beast Gohan is the best unit in the game. So better to have two Beasts than to have the Gammas instead of one of the other Beast Gohans. If you don't pull Beast Gohan, then of course you can use the Gammas as a lead to run a 200% team and bring a Beast Gohan friend. But if you do pull Beast Gohan, you're probably just going to want to run a Beast friend. If you don't pull the Gammas, then of course you can run them as a friend to try them out, to run a superheroes team. But Beast Gohan of course does have the more versatile leader skill, as he has multiple categories. And then of course Gogeta, 200% for movie heroes. He's on the Buu duo and the GT duos 200% teams as well. GT duo can definitely still be very relevant in the current meta. The Ultima Gohan and Piccolo, because of course they're the OG superheroes leads. Then we have the physical Topo with the special pose team. Like physical Topo, when he eventually releases, I forgot to count him as not one of the characters out on global yet as well, actually, so it is 9 and not 10. But once he comes out, that special pose team, Topo, Ginyu Force, the Gammas, that team can actually be really, really good. Hellfighter 17 and GT 17, I mean, saying they dropped off would be generous because they weren't that great even on release, but they are on that team, so that could be interesting. And then of course the STR Gamma and AGL Gamma 2, they're on their 200% leads as well, with the unique equips that they get from the anniversary. That could certainly be interesting, you know, for making an androids or the different leader skills, because Gamma 2 and Gamma 1 have very different leader skills. So for some of the missions that come with the part 2 content, you could definitely make a team like artificial life forms or androids, using one of these guys as the lead, using the Gammas on the team, and then you're not, you know, stuck to only using superheroes or something like that. It's a shame that they don't get 200% from Android 21, because that Android team can be very good, but they do get her 170 and they'll still be quite effective on that team, but they're not getting the 200% leader skill from her, unfortunately. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different teams they can be run on. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If you are going to be pulling for the Gammas, I know a lot of people will be prioritizing Beast Gohan, but if you are going to be pulling for the Gammas, do let me know who are you going to be running him with in terms of partners, and what team builds are you planning to run him on. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.